Hello and welcome to the newest episode of the Blue Corner. I'm Mike, as always, one half of Long Island's first MMA podcast, The Unknown Experts. So let's hit you with some quick, rapid-fire news that you guys may have missed in the time that I took my little hiatus. First and foremost, we got Brendan Schaub saying some stuff about UFC 230, and I believe he's on to something here. Seeing as Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz was booked, but is not the main event of UFC 230 at Madison Square Garden, Schaub feels that this is the perfect time for Jon Jones to make his return, especially since he seems so happy as of late. And what better time than now for Gustafsson versus Jones too? I mean, we all remember how big that fight was. The first guy with the same reach as Jon giving him trouble. DC's currently busy with Lesnar. That'll probably be his last fight. We all know he plans to retire in March. So it's something to keep an eye on. Maybe Jones Gustafsson gets added to MSG. Other news you all know, obviously, if you're an MMA fan, that Conor versus Khabib is set in stone, October 6th in Las Vegas. This is apparently pissing off Nate Diaz, who's currently 1-1 versus McGregor, and has the aforementioned fight with Poirier at MSG a month later, and has kept going from saying I'm down. He showed up to the face-off with Poirier, and then he says fuck the UFC, back and forth. So just interesting turn of affairs. Who knows what's next for Conor? There's a lot of rumors of George St. Pierre coming back to face the winner of Khabib versus McGregor. If not, George could also end up fighting Anderson Silva 10 years too late. But be interesting. We'll see what happens. Fresh news today, Alexander Volkov, the number one heavyweight contender, in my opinion, coming off of his win over Fabricio Werdum, has verbally agreed to fight the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, at UFC 229, same card as McGregor Khabib in Vegas, which is surprising since the Russian Volkov would make a lot more sense, you would think, fighting at UFC Moscow, their first event in Russia, a month earlier, which only has one fight at the moment, the headliner, Mark Hunt versus Alexei Olenegov. Jose Aldo Jr. is eyeing Toronto UFC 231 for his second to last fight on his contract before his retirement. Derek Brunson has verbally agreed to fight Israel Stylebender at MSG at 230 in New York. Antonio Carlos Jr. versus Elias Theodoro is in the works for a fight night in Brazil. Coming up, former Bellator champ Rafael Carvalho wants to welcome Machida to Bellator. This was about a couple weeks ago. Nothing really has come of it yet. Bellator's heavyweight Grand Prix semifinals are set in stone. October 12th in Connecticut, Ryan Bader versus Matt Mitrione in Connecticut. Like I said, in Connecticut. The next night, October 13th, Fedor versus Chael Sonnen in Long Island, our stomping grounds, at the Nassau Coliseum, the new Nassau Coliseum. So I may or may not make it there to give you guys live updates, but we'll see what happens. Pumped to see the last Emperor in my neck of the woods. Edson Barbosa is allegedly going to ATT Florida. Shout out to our boy Kyle Grease, who trains there. Hopefully he can deal with those kicks on a daily basis. Yoel Romero versus Paulo Acosta is booked for UFC 228. That's going to be one hell of a fight. Third round, Yoel versus the Adonis Paulo. Jacare versus Branch is also in the works for MSG on November the 3rd. And Bellator just released their welterweight Grand Prix lineup with their opening rounds. You got Rory McDonald versus John Finch, the champion. So it's not 100% sure how this is going to go, because Rory's the champ at welterweight, but before he even fights in the tournament, he'll be fighting Gegard Mousasi for the middleweight title. So I don't know if his title is going to be on the line in the tournament, or if it's going to be Pride style, where he'll get a welterweight Grand Prix belt if he wins it, and concurrently hold the welterweight world title. But the second match, and the most interesting in my opinion, is MVP Michael Venom Page versus Paul Daly, finally happening. Two Brits who hate each other. The dark horse of the tournament, Ed Ruth, opens against Neiman Gracie, and Douglas Nima is taking on a, I believe, Dagestani fighter, or at least Russian, named Korsakovov. I'm not too familiar with him. I will be soon. I'm going to check him out, see what the beats are on him. Other than that, we got Greg Hardy with another dynamic performance and finish in his second Dana White Contender Series fight. They've had a very good season this summer with Nick Newell getting his opportunity, falling short against I believe it was Alex Munoz was the fighter who beat him. But Newell made a statement yesterday saying that, hey, there's stranger things in this world than a one-armed guy fighting in a cage. I don't believe this is the end. The likes of TJ Dillashaw and a couple other guys started their careers with losses, so we'll just take this in stride and see what happens, is essentially what he was saying. Those are the headlines real quick for you. I'm going to try to get another one up as soon as possible because we missed some time. I was just sifting through all the notes, about 5 pages of them, to see what was the most pertinent to get to you guys. This has been Mike as always. Hopefully I'll see you guys real soon. Check out Unknown Experts, all our pages for daily updates on Facebook and Twitter. And if you missed the podcast, holler at our boy Muka. Get Muka the 2 hours he would need for us to do one more pod before we close up shop and try to see where we go from there. So I'm going to try to touch base with him. If anyone is a fan of the show, harass him. Why not? I love you, Raj. Haven't talked to you in a bit. Hopefully we'll sort it out. Peace out. One love, everybody. Thanks for watching.